For a deeper look into today's meeting, we're joined now by John Lavenberg, the national correspondent for the Tablet and Crux. John, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you, Christine. Happy to be here.
Good. Well, today was the day that the bishops have been waiting for, right? The discussion on whether to begin the process of drafting that formal statement about the Eucharist. And as Jessica just said, there will be an official tally shortly, but what happens if they do choose to begin drafting the document?
What's going to happen is essentially the drafting process begins. The doctrinal committee will go through it. A number of different USCCB committees are going to weigh in. Different bishops will have input, and then from there it'll come up at the November meeting where they'll vote to approve or deny, and that's where a lot of bishops said a real robust discussion should take place.
All right, now we have to remember that the decision on who can receive communion actually lies with an individual bishop, not a bishop's conference, right? So what essentially would this formal statement do when it eventually comes out?
Yeah, so Bishop Kevin Rhodes, who's the head of the doctrinal committee, he made clear a number of things today. He made clear that this isn't political. It's not going to name anyone individually. It's for all Catholics. He phrased it as a teaching document. And one of the things he said is in a pluralistic environment, the truth about the Eucharist can get lost. So this is something that seeks to clarify that. And they also said that it's something that at the same time that the Committee on Evangelization and Catechesis is working on Eucharistic revival. They hope this will go hand in hand with that document as well.
Now, this was a really emotional conversation for some of the bishops, and we have a comment from one that you spoke with, Brooklyn's own Auxiliary Bishop James Massa. He's a member of the Committee on Doctrine, so that means he provides expertise on all theological issues and ensures USCCB documents follow church teaching. So let's listen to that.
The Eucharist is the sacrament of unity. It's supposed to represent our bonds of unity as the body of Christ. And so that we are debating a letter, a potential letter, not yet written on the Eucharist, and it's causing disunity is something deeply sad.
Yeah, so he's calling it sad.
What he's saying is they haven't even made this document yet or drafted it. This is before that process has even started. So the fact that this division takes place is kind of what he's getting at, that it's sad that that's happening. And also, something Cardinal Blaise Cupich mentioned today at the meeting as well is, at a time when the church is trying to get people back in the pews, there are bishops that believe that this is shunning or turning away a number of Catholics.
Right, I could see that. And there were other items on the agenda today, some more joyous conversations, right? Among other things, there was the cause of canonization for two servants of God, one at the request of Bishop Kevin Sweeney, a former Diocese of Brooklyn priest. So tell us about that.
Sure. So there were two, like you said. One of them was a servant of God, Marcus LaRue, and he was a captain in the Korean War, and he actually saved a number of Korean refugees.
Wow.
The other was servant of God, Joseph Verbis, and he was an army chaplain that served in World War II.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, tomorrow is the last day. The bishops are supposed to be talking about immigration. You'll be leading us through that again tomorrow. What can you tell us? What should we know?
So Bishop Mario D'Orsonville, who is the head of the USCCB's Migration Committee, and then Bishop Mark Seitz, who was the spearheaded a meeting that took place earlier this month with Central American, Mexican, and U.S. Church officials. They're going to be talking about what came out of that meeting. And Bishop Mark Seitz, he actually told me yesterday that the goal of that is to really just raise awareness for bishops that they all have migrants in their diocese, and this is how we should be approaching them. This is how we can be there for them and help them as they continue their life in the United States.
A really important conversation, and we look forward to hear what you have to say tomorrow. John Lavenberg, national correspondent for the Tablet and Crux. Thanks for being here again.
Thank you for having me.
If you're watching Currents News on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click on the bell to get updates to all of our newest content, because we are putting your faith in the news.